Hey everybody, welcome.
Can you hear me, Monty?
Yeah, what's that on your chinny chin chin?
Oh, there's something on my chin. Oh.
Whoa, yeah, let's just eat it. Oh, that's beautiful. Love that.
Okay, did I get it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So how's it going?
How's everybody doing?
All right.
Hold on a minute. It's disgusting.
All right, we got Tina. We got Tina in the back. Tina, if you want to turn your camera off, do it now. Hey, Natural Ginger,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Okay. I was just laughing at Greenbow and the chin.
I see. So did anybody peep Natty Daddy's stream from LaSalle Park just a few minutes ago, like half an hour ago or so?
No. No, I didn't see it.
Oh, you have no interest?
Hi, Tina.
Hey,
Hi.
can you hear me? So I got a really bad delay, so I think I need to come back, go out and
Yeah,
come back.
yeah, you're gonna need to come back in. All right, so he started doing, I guess, a park walk. Um, it was the park in Lachine, LaSalle Park in Lachine. So I guess he's, I don't know, why is he back in Lachine area? Did something happen to the apartment?
Has it
Welcome
got
back.
no
Furniture?
furniture in?
Yeah, you're right. It could be the furniture issue.
Yeah,
So
I think 1,000% Chantal not showing her morning. You know she's coming back from my opinion, coming back from Montreal.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so. There's a huge, massive possibility. Yeah, because she
Yeah,
usually rolls out of bed and gets straight on camera, doesn't she?
can,
You know,
can I
when she's at home.
can I just say I have no idea how somebody walks around with sauce on their chin because like I want to go wash my face now because that's just it's gross.
very true, very true. If he docks Double D's spot, well, I guess so. Well, it's been docked, so it's out there. We
So
know
he was
which.
alone on this walk, was he? He
Yeah,
didn't
he
have a
was.
double D or a double or a T he in person following him. No.
No, he didn't have a BB, DD, CC, or anything. Just his sex toys backpack on.
Mm. And he carries around a little nip of whiskey, or was it vodka or something that it has?
Yeah, in the backpack, yes, like he had in the last part, Parkejari. He had some liquor.
I think he has to have a little tipple when he's with Chantal. Just the cigarettes just don't cut it.
Yeah, let us swig. All right,
Yeah,
so
I think I would as well. To be truthful, I've been
yeah.
legless.
So what was up with this fish restaurant, this Pusinari going on? Zaina,
Don't know. Apparently,
right?
the owner looks like an Egyptian Bob Hoskins. Is that right? Is that what she said?
Yes, yes. He looked like yes, that actor.
Yeah.
I always have to like Google 99% of the people she says because it's not from my era, right?
Oh,
All
Bob
right.
Hoskins. No.
Yeah, we got Eric Pepperoni, we got Tina. Welcome back, Tina. Oh, Tina is frozen again. Oh, Tina.
Hi.
Hey, Eri.
Hi, Erie. Hi. Hi, Tina.
Am I, you know what? I'm trying to figure out how to close my other damn thing.
Yeah, you might need to close
Okay,
that.
now can you hear it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
That's
you.
Ooh,
better.
I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't, for some reason, I could not close the other browser, so I had it going on two different screens, and it was really irritating. So anyway, hi y'all.
Hi.
Hey, so I was kind of trying, but Y'all can go ahead. 'Cause I'll jump in.
Okay, well, I'll
Okay.
take
Well,
over.
since no,
Oh,
I will talk since no one else is talking. So here's my deal with her. My idea with her,
Hello.
and that 4 or 5 drive-through thing she just did. Whenever she leaves Nader, she binges like that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a rage binge,
Yeah.
but it's something about him that makes her binge like crazy. It's the weirdest thing to me because I'm looking around like, why is she eating so much? And it's either my thing when I think about it is like, I don't know that he cooked for her, but anytime she leaves him, she seems to be binge.
I think it's because she doesn't get enough to eat in the hours that she's with him. Oh, Girl Connect is getting attacked by her dog. Yes, I think it is because she is starving because she isn't getting enough calories in the hours that she's with him.
Yeah. I agree, Ginger. That's what it is I think she's coming back from Montreal and she was being a dainty girl all night. And she's
Yes.
starving, and
Mhm.
and it because it's not just food, but it's her comfort mechanism and everything. So she's probably
Or the
ridiculous.
fact is, he maybe have given her a vegetable or two, and she's not had the junk food fix that she needs. I mean, she could eat all day on healthy food, but still go to a fast food restaurant on the way home. So
What
Yeah.
really got
she
me
used to do
was
it on home from a Christmas lunch, didn't she? So there you go.
what really got me because I was watching that stream, right? But I was listening to it. It was background noise. I was doing something else. But when Monty said that she had to go to the bathroom, the way he said it, I was in here, and then I turned around and looked at the screen real quick, and I saw her struggle face. She was struggling to hold that in. I was in here crying, laughing. It was so. I am on a kind of a work retreat right now, and so this morning, half of the employees went kayaking, and I stayed here. But when they were coming in from kayaking and they heard me in here laughing, they thought I was hurting myself. And I was like, no, they never came to really check on me because I think they realized I was laughing. But I literally, tears were coming down my eyes. I could not stop laughing because looking at her face when she was struggling to hold it in, I was like, ooh, she better
Oh,
not even
she
try to
was
fart.
prairie dogging. She was prairie dogging the whole way
She
down to the
definitely
gas
was. I
station.
was like, oh, but the look on her face and that was priceless. I could watch that little bitty clip over and over again, especially soon as Monty said, "Oh."
What I don't understand is why does she always have the runs?
No
Yeah, because her
gallbladder.
innards are trash. She eats trash and her innards are trash.
Jesus. She's always running
You're
to the
muted, Grebo.
bathroom.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't have a gallbladder. And without a gallbladder, the lipase and stuff, the things that digest fats, and so your body, they have to exit stage left quickly and suddenly.
Okay.
It's almost like everything she eats has Alestra in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember
Well, yeah.
Alestra? That shit might cause booty leakage.
Mm-hmm.
I got
That's
my cat
basically
hat.
her.
Yeah, it
Monty,
is.
I got my cat hat.
It's very sweet. I really like those
Oh, it's
cat
very
hats
cute.
that
I
yours
like
are.
that.
Isn't it cute?
It's very cute.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so cute. I've got a pattern
So
to knit
cute.
myself with big fox ears. Yeah.
Caffeinated Owl did it, and she did such an excellent job.
Oh yes, you can tell that's a very well put together hat.
Good quality right there.
What's prairie dog in Axe Lourdes Vader?
Okay, so you never seen a prairie dog? They
Touching
look
cloth.
like ferrets, but they're not ferrets. They kind of like they're in fields, right? And occasionally you'll drive by a field and you see a little head poke out of a hole.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, that's what.
But that's not what we were talking about. Prairie dogging is when you're trying to hold it and it starts
Exactly.
coming
Thank you,
out and
Tina.
it goes back in. You're poo. And this is
The way.
assuming
The
This is the
prairie
thing,
dog
though.
peeks out. The
This
prairie
is
dog
the
peeks
thing.
out.
I call it either prairie dog or turtle heading. But the thing about it is she I don't think she can prairie dog because every time she poos, it's explosive. So
Yeah. Oh.
you can't prairie dog explosions. You just can't.
But
As soon as it hits the air,
how
it
do you,
just splatters.
how do you go through prairie dogging or explosive poop and walk around commando style?
Baby.
Nothing
Yeah.
Chantal does make sense.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's no rhyme or reason to Chantal.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Like, I couldn't do that if I know that, any moment I could possibly shit my pants.
Oh, we lost Tina.
I'm
I
not
tell you
gonna.
something, the connections are really odd tonight. I'm having problems and the sound keeps going in and out. I don't know.
Yeah, is my mic still crackling? Because I had to come
Yeah.
in 3 times
Yeah,
and the
it's
sound.
Yeah.
crackling.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
can
what the
Monty,
heck?
crackling.
can you put the link up again and then it's a bad sound day.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think this thing's going
I
wrong with
love
the
the tiny
connection
mic.
tonight. It
Thank
is
you.
Me
cute, isn't it?
too.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, so there have been, that's the thing about Foodie. There's just some times, and it's not necessarily, there's nothing funny going on, it's just what she does or what she says, or a comment somebody makes, or a face that Monty pulls can wipe the floor with me, and I'm in stitches as well. I'm sat in a quiet room and I can hear myself laughing really loud.
Also, can I just say one more time, Foodie, like, stop letting Pete's talk on your channel, for the love of God.
God.
Am I
Go
crackling?
away, Pete.
No, you're
Go
great.
away, Pete. Like, go away.
Do we want to do a recap and then rip it apart scene by scene?
We can.
Yeah,
Sure.
good people.
Only if you guys want to.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Sure.
But it's realistically, she's just, that's why I'm like, I'll dress up, because she does nothing unique at this point. Like, I miss the cringy pre-edited videos, a little bit. So we start out this morning. She goes to Starbucks. From Starbucks, she goes to Taco Bell, and while actively eating the Taco Bell, she's talking about getting Jimmy John's. She brings up Arby's, but she's sick of Arby's. And then she says, oh, but now I got to, and she starts talking about voting, and then there's sauce everywhere. She got that taco sauce.
Yeah.
And the way she rips those open with her teeth, you think about
The
Amber Lynn Reen, how she paws through everything. And so, that people have pawed those sauces, and she's just, I'm thinking of herpes syphagana AIDS or something. She's going to catch something, just the way she manhandles those.
Oh, no, Grebo, I'm waiting for a tooth to go flying out with it one day.
Exactly. And then so she's talking, there's sauce everywhere, and she's smack talking like, oh, I'm not going on panel with anyone. She's talking about Arby's and voting. And then from there, she drives to Burger King to get Nashies. She chose the license plate of the vehicle in front of her because she's a huge asshole. And then while she's sitting there stuffing all the Nashies in, all of a sudden there was the emergency outhouse break. Like, she was eating, and then it was like, I need to get to the outhouse now. And she's driving, and that she is doing Lamaze breathing without the push part, because she's like pushing cotton at that point. Well, if it,
she was
so
pushing
That was the
vinyl because
funniest
there
shit.
was no cotton.
yeah,
She
and
was
then so
touching
from
the
there
car
she
seat.
goes running in. She rates this bathroom a 10 out of 10. I can guarantee they probably had 2 out of 10 employees quit that day when they walked into that. From there, she goes and gets a slushie. And don't let me forget. First, like, she had the sauce on her chin. Let me roll it back. Remember, she got the Nashies, the sauce on her chin. and then she's going to go get cat food, and she has that big glop of sauce. And then she gets mad at her chat, like, why don't you tell me? And it's like, bitch, nobody's here because they're your friends anymore. And then, the emergency poop, the slushies, and then she is still driving around, and she goes, and I'll give her this, because she said African chicken, and it's like, Africa's a continent. There's a lot of countries, so at least she did mention, well, there's a lot of different foods, but there was her African quarter of a chicken with the Jaffa rice and all that stuff, and it was just shocking. And from there, she's driving around like a madman. And the one thing I would like to point out, last night she said she tested as a genius. Does everybody remember that? Where she was talking about, like, in school, like, yeah, I was really smart. But then today,
Wile E. Coyote genius, maybe. Like, what the hell?
And then today, after she was claiming, this is near the end of her stream, but she was claiming that she thinks she might be special needs now. It's like, make it make sense, you human dumpster fire. You can't be a genius and special needs. And number two, special needs is a really specific category, so I take umbrage with that. You're not special needs. You are a gluttonous, super morbidly obese, lazy, middle-aged, drug-addicted train wreck. Not special needs. And oops. And then from there, let's not forget, while she was driving around, she started talking about her sister. Oh, I wasn't abusive to my sister. I wasn't. She and the one thing she said, one thing that stood out, she's like, oh, I was fine. I was never abusive. I was not jealous of my sister. Blah blah blah. Revision.
You put your toddler sister in a dryer, psycho.
Revisionist history. We all know this. And then from there, she does say, well, I was kind of a neglectful babysitter. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. And then she talks about the bad kid. Well, she said, well, I did eat his food, but she called the kid a little shite. And then, she talked about the dad was creepy. And then she said, well, I was on the phone all night. So maybe I ran up their phone bill. So I think right there, like the grains of truth is she was terrible to her sister. She probably did eat people out of house and home, and she was a neglectful babysitter. And then from there, she drives around and she starts listing off her favorite food, like her first kind of favorite foods, paneer. And then her second is the African barbecued chicken. And the third kind is thin crust pizza. And then, and then after that comes Natty's food, his baba ganoush and all that stuff. I think she just was reading off or listing off anything that came to mind, because she's still starving, because she didn't get to indulge herself in her addictive behavior last night. And then from there, I guess we can just wrap it up. She goes and gets Pete's, and they start talking about the United States of America. You two train wrecks, shut the F up. You have no room to talk. Like Pete's, I think Pete's is like, he's going to go vote. And then, and there's just some banter about, anti-Muslim sentiment in the United States, and et cetera, et cetera. And then from there, it was, and I'll finish off with, she then shows us a garbage bag she stole from McDonald's so she can clean out her car. But that's okay, because it's a corporation. Make it make sense, you assholes.
Right. Rebo, you missed one thing. You missed the fact that she tried to pretend she wasn't aware of the fact that it was Pride Month.
I took note of that, and then I became so physically ill, I decided to wipe it from my mind, because she is disgusting.
Okay, so how did she not know it's Pride Month, but she's bisexual?
And she's going to Pride supposed to be one today?
She's
tomorrow.
God.
Oh, she's just so Chantal wants so much attention. It's so pitiful.
Yeah. And it's like the way when she's talking about, I need a woman and I can date it. It's like, first of all, nobody wants your nasty ass. I know. It's so.
Well, she's definitely not a genius, because she used the word vernacular instead of secular.
Yeah,
and the only reason she was called a genius when she was younger is because she wore a pair of jeans and she was as fat as a walrus in them. So they called her a genius.
Yeah, it was. So I guess the takeaway point for me is when she started talking about, it's like it's opposite day. Oh, first let me say, Chantal, don't say my name. Do not say Great Grebo. Never say Great Grebo. But when she started talking about, oh, I was never jealous of my sister, and everybody thought I was jealous, and all I wanted, it's like today's opposite day. Everything that falls out of her uneducated, ignorant mouth is like the opposite of the truth. Is we know from her own mouth that she was removed from the home because she became so abusive to her younger sibling. They were afraid for the child's safety. And yeah, so that was a lie. And her whole, oh, can you imagine Chantal? She's so misogynistic. There's no way she could date a woman. First of all, in general, nobody wants to, I'm not even going to go there, but it's gross. She's so busy trying to seek attention, and first she was an SA victim, and then a DV survivor, and and now she's this drug addict. Don't drug shame. Now she's a lesbian, or now I'm bi, or I'm not that serious about men. But yet and the way her and Pete's, when they were driving around yesterday and objectifying women, make it make sense, you assholes. I'm sorry, but they're just mm-mm.
You're cracking again, Grebo.
Am I?
Crackling. Yeah, it was absolutely, and she was lusting after men. She was saying, oh, there's a sexy nurse. And then she turned her camera around when this guy was walking past, going, oh, isn't he great? Putting him on her live stream. Oh.
Yeah. And she showed the license plate of the vehicle in front of her. And like I said, I'm here for the Am I still crackling?
It's
Yeah,
better.
you are.
Am I?
Yeah.
It's crackling, but it's better than what it was.
Mm-hmm. Maybe exit and come back again, because you weren't crackling the first maybe 2-3 minutes, then it started.
Can you give me the link one more time?
Sure.
And I'll rewire it real quick.
Okay. Janet Paris says, you absolutely be gifted and special needs. I have 30 years experience in evaluating LD gifted, ADHD gifted, and BD gifted. Yeah. So yeah, you can be don't really want to say the word special needs, but I guess you could be special needs plus have a very high IQ at the same time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because special needs is such a broad spectrum, right? Like there's so many things.
She is neither. She's not.
She's not.
She's broad, but she's not like special needs.
No.
And Natural Ginger, you were saying that she was also horny.
Yes, she was. Contact Monty. She was this nurse. I didn't see the nurse, but she go, oh, there's a nurse. Oh, I am so horny. And then there's the guy. And I was like, oh. So she's come back from Nads' horny. So she's either been horned up while she's there, or she's desperate for a bit.
He didn't give her none. That's why she's horny. He ain't give her none.
She's corny. She's not horny.
So my thing is how is it you're horny? You have no hormones, ma'am. I don't think that's how that works. I don't know how she has this. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have any sex drive at all, but the way she claims her sex drive is, I just don't see it without some hormone
apparently
replacement.
She's a very, very sexual person with an abnormally high sex drive, Tina. So
let's think about it
now. It's just full of bullshit.
She has she's lacking in estrogen, right? So therefore the testosterone does take over. So while she may feel the emotion to do things, I guarantee you the mechanics aren't providing the necessary fluids.
That's what I'm thinking. Because it's like she's got I know that she buys a hell of a lot of lube, a hell of a lot. And so here's my deal. The fact that she hadn't had sex in so long, I know that her nonsense down there, and I call her junk nonsense, it's got to have some atrophy going on there. Mm-hmm. And listen, far be it from me to judge anybody's sex life, but her getting with a woman might be the best thing that ever happened to her. Maybe the woman can teach her how to clean herself.
Yeah, but sexuality isn't like changing your underwear. It doesn't, it's.
I 100% understand that. But what I'm saying is, if she did get with a woman because you're doing it because of Nader, not because you actually have a desire to do it. But at least if she did, the woman could tell her that you shouldn't smell like ricotta and barracuda. Nobody should. And maybe encourage her to take her ass to a damn doctor to get that cleared up, because it doesn't clear up on its own. And here's my next thing. The way she describes it, it's, to me, sounds like BV. How you going commando like that with BV? BV smells like all to be damned, and there's a hell of a discharge with it.
Yeah.
Is she in remission at the moment from her BV, whatever it is? I don't know.
Oh, well,
So
What's the remission?
this is what I forgot.
it's
Remember,
laying low, I think.
is this
I
mic
think it's laying
crackling
low.
still?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're all right for now.
Remember on stream too, where she said, "Oh, I'm taking an old prescription." So for the antidepressants, my question was, is it old medication? So it's a year-old medication, or is it an old prescription from a year ago that she just filled, because those kind of prescriptions last for a year? But if she's doing that, what other old medication has she dug out to try to deal with her various body issues, with her nether regions, as far as smells and fungal growth and bacteria, and there's all kinds of bad stuff. And as I do not believe for a second she cured herself of diabetes, and everybody knows when your blood sugar's high, you get all kinds of problems downstairs because there's all that sugar for the fungus and the bacteria. And yep.
Well, if she does find a, I hope she doesn't, but if she does get a girlfriend or a female liaison of any description, it's going to be a train wreck as much as her, which will be good for us.
I pray to God.
Can y'all imagine her getting with a woman and treating this woman the way she does Nader with the stalking and shit? Can you imagine?
She's gonna catch them hands.
Yes.
She's gonna catch them hands.
Because she's not going for a white woman. We all know that. If she actually goes out here and do it, it's gonna be a woman of color. She's gonna be really nasty to them, and then she's gonna become obsessive with it.
She gonna catch them hands.
Oh my God, Tina! I'm telling you right now, as a Latina, there's not gonna be a Latina on earth that's gonna deal with that cochina. No way.
Nope. She gonna catch them hands.
She's gonna catch a whole lot of stuff if she don't stop playing. She's gonna catch a knife wound if she don't stop playing with it.
One thing about a woman, it ain't gonna be the same way it is with Nader. Nader is just obsessed with the money. He don't like her at all. When it comes to a woman, if a woman don't want to have anything to do with you, it ain't nothing you can do for her or say to her to make
that
her
arc
change
would
her
probably
mind.
put her ass in jail.
Right.
We got a gold water in the bag. Gold water, if you don't want to have your cam on, turn it off now. I'll put you on.
Oh, gold water's good. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, gold water. Hi.
We can't hear you.
Hey guys, how'd that?
Yeah.
That's better.
All right. Did you want me to turn something else off, Monty, or am I cool?
That's a good
You're
sound.
fine.
Sorry, y'all. Someone's at my door.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, go ahead, gold water.
Oh, no connection.
Yeah, I'm just getting a bit of a delay there.
There we go.
The audio today is terrible. Like, it keeps cutting in and out, and
Mine actually might be doing it because I'm in the mountains right now, so mine might
I don't know what it is.
out.
Over here in England, I'm having problems as well. So I think it just might be. I don't know.
I think StreamYards might actually be sick of Chantal at this point. Like, it's just actively giving up the goat. It just can't do this anymore. So go ahead,
I'm tired.
Go ahead, Goldwater. See if we can hear you. Yeah, you might have to go out and come back. I'm having all kinds of
Yeah, I
audio
can't hear you
issues.
at all.
Am I causing any issues right now, or am I?
No.
Oh no,
now we can
perfect
hear you.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
You're
I'm getting a huge delay. Actually, I hear myself at my house right now. Oh, fine.
Yeah. Back out and come back in. There's some really big audio issues. That's why I keep dropping out. It's not good.
So what happened with mine when mine was doing that, like Goldwater's was, I actually, to get the link, I was on the YouTube thing, but I had to actually close that and come over to StreamYard.
Yeah, you cannot have them both going. I really don't have any words. Like what I'm hoping for is Chantal does go to the Pride Parade, and I hope a group of LGBT, see her, recognize her, and say something to her about her disgusting behavior. Like it's there are so many things Chantal could be, and it seems like daily she chooses to be disgusting and to denigrate whatever group her attention is on. Like, it's Pride Month, so I'm gay. It's like, what the hell is she gonna do during Black History Month? All of a sudden she's gonna do some genealogy and start claiming, you know what I mean? That's how she rolls.
She's gonna be 5% Black.
Oh, something. Yeah. I just hope she's streaming. I do hope she goes to the Pride Parade. And what my hope for is that we get to see some people recognize her and come up to her and say, I don't like what you're doing and saying about my community. Wouldn't that be just glorious?
You're crackling again, Grebo.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on.
Thanks for the info. I did have to close my YouTube, and then now everything's fine. I hear everyone well over here.
Okay. Oh, good, good.
Hi there. My name is John. Actually, I just started a reaction channel called Goldwater, and I live in the same city as Chantal, so I'm over in the West End. But Monty, I've been watching for a while.
Awesome.
You really inspired me to just start something on my own here. So I just try to do objective and honest and sincere critiques, nothing sensational or anything like that. So no, thanks for having me, Monty. I appreciate it.
Congratulations on your channel.
Thank you. Yeah,
Welcome.
just starting out though, so you know how it goes. But yeah, it's interesting. I try to just come at it with a bit of a psychological perspective because a lot of people watch this and they think it's just such a train wreck, and but we all just say someone is a jerk or someone is just this or that. But there's a bit more to it, especially when you see something like this that's been going on for several years. There's a little bit of labels. I'm certainly no doctor or anything like that. But when you see some of these behaviors, and your heart kind of goes out sometimes to someone who's suffering on some level. Like today, if you caught the stream, I mean, she did 2 hours and then she visited 5 quick service restaurant locations. You did like the Starbucks, the Burger King, the Dairy Queen. She had Taco Bell, and then she stopped at that the chicken place afterwards. All of this in like just a little over 2 hours. It's fantastic. And now she's out voting, I think, with Pete's. So just kind of crazy, of course. But that's what makes it entertaining to watch. But I think we're all kind of like disturbed on some level that this goes on. That's what makes it kind of something very fascinating to watch.
Yeah, but we saw the pattern, John, about her eating. We were saying before that it is because she hasn't had the junk food when she's been with Nader. So I don't.
Right.
That's how it works. Oh God, my sound's going funny now.
But have you noticed her affect, the way she responds to people has been kind of very flat this week. It's been there's not been like these super highs and super lows. It's been kind of flat, like in slow motion almost. So we did confirm today she's been taking the antidepressants. She took one live this afternoon. And that's from a prescription that's been from 2021. And I've been around people who've taken Zoloft, for example, and the affect is really odd. There's a bit of a zombie component to it, and that right away explained to me why she's been acting so flat. But I know everyone's been kind of waiting for her to have a rage, So who knows? Maybe she'll come out tonight and have a bit of a rage. But just interesting. I just wonder what's really keeping her in the city right now and locked up in her home.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm also curious. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm also curious why we've been seeing Nader in parks a lot. Like, what's going on with that?
Well, Monty, is your intel accurate? Is that park near where they've been looking for an apartment? You seem to have a lot of really good information. I was wondering, because even Foodie Beauty alluded to the fact that, almost like when I'm back here, this is where we can hang out. I'm not sure if anyone else caught that, but I felt the same.
That park is LaSalle Park. It's in
Is it?
Lachine, just a few minutes walk from Dee Dee's place.
I got you. Okay.
And she's not allowed in Dee Dee's condo, so I guess that's where she's meeting him now, at the park.
I wonder why she's not allowed there anymore.
At Dee Dee's?
Because
Yeah.
she can't stop shit talking Dee Dee.
Yeah, she did that after. I mean, Dee Dee put up with the grave JJ comments, but Chantal's continued verbal diarrhea. I think Dee Dee has finally just had it up to here. Like, nah, done.
Well, it might
Seems
turn out
legit.
that I was just going to say that it might turn out that Dee Dee has a little bit more integrity than of the three of them. Maybe if she's drawing the line. I mean, good for her on some level. I don't.
She's still trash.
Yeah, she is.
She's still trash.
She really
There's-
is.
She can't even redeem herself at this point. She might not have started out trash, but the longer she has stayed in this, she has become as much trash as the other two people. So there's no redemption for her at this point. The only
I
thing
agree.
she could do is spill some tea on a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of them at this point are victims. They're all volunteers for this, and I, on the front end, I did have a little bit of sympathy for Dee Dee, but now I have nothing. But she's just part of the circus at this point. And maybe the smartest thing she could do is stay off camera and keep her mouth shut and let the internet maybe forget about her.
That makes sense.
Is she still reading his?
Nobody will forget her, because this whole arc has been a hot ass mess.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Sorry. And I'm wondering if it doesn't have something to do getting suspended at work. That might have been. And when you work somewhere for a long time and you mess up bad enough where there's a suspension, and I don't know if that's true or not. I suspect maybe that was the wake up call where she's like, just whether it doesn't make her a good person, but maybe it makes her at least an intelligent person to back away from the thing that's going to cause you to lose your source of income.
But isn't she still reading his chat for him?
Yes, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Until he puts her out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
I low key think that Dee Dee has put her out. I mean, put Nader out. That's why they're in such a hellfire hurry to get this single.
Yeah,
I don't think Chantal had the wherewithal to even think of doing anything like that, because if she had, she would have done it before he moved in with her.
Yeah, and maybe the neighbors are complaining about the noise at 2 a.m. or it's just it's because it's not a really large place, and he is not cognizant of other human beings and the time, with the dancing and the screaming and the drinking, and so. And it's also hard to scam a lot of women when you're already living with a woman you're scamming, right? You need your own space.
He's got to do all that on one floor.
Yeah.
But also, I did notice that drinking escalates kind of in the last few months. Definitely, all the videos have him drinking and he's showing us all his imported beers and stuff like that.
Yeah, what's up with all the drinking?
I think it's because he's a drug addict.
But she's been drinking a lot.
Yep. It's like, addict's gonna addict. They're a drug is a drug is a drug, and so if I can't get what I want, I'll get something else, as long as it's a mind-altering, mood-changing chemical. And you can even do that by taking a handful of antidepressants too. You can mess yourself up, and I think at this point Chantal she likes that messed up feeling, and then she just says whatever's in her mind. Like, we all have that filter, and that's like children don't have a filter. They think a thing and they say a thing, and then they learn through conditioning, just because I think a thing, I don't need to say that thing, but it's it's a technique, it's a skill, and Chantal no longer uses that skill, and so when she thinks a thing, it just falls out of her mouth a lot of the time, and then
she may never have had that kind of feeling.
Yeah. She
when we first started watching her, she was recorded, so she could have very easily edited it out. But with her going live, she might never have had a feeling.
Well, one thing she don't understand about antidepressants is it takes time for the medication to build up in your system. It's not something that you can take here and there.
We're getting a lot of feedback. So what we're going to do is, if you're not speaking, you mute yourself. Okay? All right. So continue with Curl Connections.
Well, like I was saying, it takes time to build up in your system, especially Zoloft. I've taken Zoloft before. If you take it like here and there, it could be a very bad drug. Like it could be something that makes you like this really mean person. I've seen other friends that have taken it here and there, and it's like their mood is altered. And so when you're taking something like that, you got to make sure you're taking that every day at the same time, continuously, not, I forgot to take my pill yesterday. Let me take one today. No, you don't play with it like that.
I agree, Curl Connections. I've actually been on Zoloft before myself. I'm actually a year off of the Zoloft. It's been the best decision I've ever made personally for myself, switched on to different medications. But for me personally, yes, it did completely change my personality, I guess you could say. And the one thing I could say that you should not do whatsoever when you are taking Zoloft, and I can only speak on Zoloft because that's my experience, right? Drinking and any form of other mind-altering drugs, big, huge no-no. Huge.
Yeah, like a serotonin storm is no joke. You're in how is it? Is it crackling?
Yeah, you're still crackling.
Good God, this audio is killing me, and everybody else is crackling.
Yeah, what we I think it is StreamYards. I think they're lacking certain resources right now, so everything's slowing down and causing an echo. Natural Ginger, you're back. I didn't see you for a minute, but you're back.
Yes,
Hi,
hello.
Ginger.
Is my sound okay?
You're sounding good right now, Ginger.
Because I was well, at least we're okay now. You're sounding really crackly again, Grebo.
Am I again?
And
Yeah. It's getting worse. Or has somebody already told her that? Sorry.
Can I make sure to emphasize this? I don't want anyone taking my personal experience with Zoloft as a written word, okay? That is a experience that was significant to me. That medication may work perfectly fine for you. So please do not take my experience as the only experience. If it works for you, fantastic.
Is that what Chantal is taking then, the actual Zoloft?
Same here.
I thought it was acetylcholine.
She was taking Wellbutrin, but she could be taking Zoloft. But the thing of it is she takes it so sporadically, and she thinks that taking one pill is going to work. I'm sorry, all of those drugs need time to begin to work. She's full of shit, and she likes to throw out that mental health issue. I don't think her mental health has nothing to do with. I don't think she has any type of depression at all, which is usually what those Zoloft and Wellbutrin and stuff like that is usually used for. She's just fucking.
Do you think it could be that she has been taking something with a fairly immediate effect, like a diazepine or is it Xanax or something you take? Once you take
that's
it,
anti-anxiety.
Yeah, but you feel but when you take that tablet or a diazepine, whatever, benzo, you take it and you actually feel something within an hour or something, and you do feel better for that amount of time. She
Right.
probably thinks that an antidepressant works on the same logic as you take
It
it,
doesn't.
and within an hour,
But it doesn't.
yeah, it doesn't. It takes weeks to get the full effect from it.
Could
But
be
she is that
months.
ridiculous.
I,
She
I
talks
I
herself
think
into feeling it when she
I
doesn't.
think when she takes that kind of stuff, it's just performative, and she does it on camera when she remembers, and it just feels really performative. I don't think
Do we
because
even know that it's really that she's taking? Because she
well,
could be taking
a
Tic
bottle
Tacs for all I know.
a bottle of Tic Tacs, because it takes a while to build up to a therapeutic level. And so, like I said, everything Chantal does at this point is very performative. I'm gay this week. Oh, I'm on antidepressants this week. Look, we're going to vote. And it's just attention-seeking behavior. It's like, once again, I feel it's addict 101 behavior. She's a one-note orchestra at this point, and it's boring. And like she said, she's losing viewers, she's losing revenue, and it's concerning her. So she's trying to find a way to pull people in. Look, I'm mentally ill like you. Look, I'm gay like you. You know, look, I'm just it's what's that word? Oh yeah, pathetic.
And cringy, because like you cannot take experiences that are serious and make a complete mockery out of it. You're slapping people in the face who have survived through DVSA. Coming out as a member of the LGBTQ is not like always as cute as she's trying to portray it. People have gone through severe violence, severe hate, have been shunned from families for just saying, "Hey, I'm gay." Come on, Chantal.
Yeah, cringe.
And also, you notice that she just started taking antidepressants when it came to her not getting her way with Nader. Like, you're depressed all of a sudden and you need antidepressants because Nader's with Dee Dee.
She was going through a hard time because of the court case and the fact that Dee Dee, Christmas when Dee Dee and him got together and then he went to live with her. And then there was the court case hanging over. Oh, I'm having such a hard time, guys. You don't know what I'm going through. I am having to take my tablets. I am having to get therapy. Do you remember when she was raving in the car in New York about she's having to do this and having to do that, all because of them two scumbags? Rant. That's when she started putting it out there that she was back on it and back on therapy, which has been nothing. And I imagine the Zoloft or whatever, the tablet taking, has been sporadic too. But that's what I was thinking, that she's got used to taking something with an immediate effect, and that's why we've considered in the past that she might have taken like a Xanax or benzo or whatever to get so wrecked sometimes, along with the wheelchairs, of course.
You know why I don't think she's taking any type of Xanax or anything like that? Because Chantal still has anxiety really bad. Like when she's in the car and she's like, she has to close her eyes because she gets so anxious and kind of breathe it out. That's her problem. She seems like she has some type of anxiety. Don't get me wrong, I'm no doctor. I can't diagnose her. But the way she acts like she's on edge. She needs some type of something to calm her down instead of the weed or the wheelchairs or, you know, whatever she used, like alcohol or whatever. She really needs to go and talk to someone.
And she does, but I do think that the anxiety is performative and she's anxious.
I was just going to say that, Natural Ginger. The key word that you use, Curl Connections, is act.
Right.
Act. Everything is performative to Chantal.
Yeah, right. I don't think, like, and I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but I think a lot of her anxiety, it's performative, and it's not anxiety, it's impatience. Chantal wants what she wants, and I want what I want, and I want it right now, and she just has no patience. Like, that line is too long, and everybody in the line's an asshole, you know, and I'm hungry now, and I want it right now. And then she'll bring up, oh, but I have such bad anxiety. It's very situational depression, a very situational anxiety. And I think it's performative. And when you've been using mind-altering, mood-changing chemicals for week after week after week, I imagine there probably is some natural level of actual anxiety because your chemistry in your brain is so messed up that I think at this point, we see it when she starts short-circuiting and she goes on those rages. She is no longer in control of her own neurochemistry at this point. She's messed it up, and now she's drinking and she's smoking, doing God knows what else, taking pills occasionally. That's a recipe for disaster. So if she doesn't have anxiety, she's going to end up with it, and it's not going to be pretty.
Well, whatever she's on now, I'm not sure if any of you caught this, but within the last 2 weeks, she was cleaning her room, I think the day, like right before she was going to see Nader. And in the desk drawer, she pulled something out and she's like, "Oh, look at this." And then she put it in her purse. And then today she actually took the pill on camera, and then she flashed the label. I wasn't sure if it was close enough for you to actually read what it is, but and then she popped it live. So I feel like in the last few streams, she's mentioned something about Zolofty, of that nature, and whatever it is, it's from 2021. Whatever she was going through then, she was diagnosed, or sorry, given that prescription at that point. She's out of refills. We know that.
Yeah, it's called like sertraline or something. Like I said,
sertraline with is the generic form for Zoloft.
Yeah, and it's yeah. There's taking it occasionally. You don't get therapeutic levels. It's pointless. And realistically, here's my take on it: is every time you go to the doctor nowadays, they're shoving antidepressants and mood stablers on everybody. Like, there's a big note on the top of my chart, like my doctor and all his colleagues know, like, don't even try it. Like, I made it very clear a long time ago, if somebody offers me an antidepressant or something like that, somebody's going to get hurt, because they're so easy to get, and it's a very addict thing to do, is get pills, take pills, even if they're not, it's a drug addict thing, in my opinion. So she just wants, and it's performative, and feel sorry for me because I'm anxious and I'm depressed. And it's, like I said, I keep saying this, but yeah, Gary Ann Felcher said it's addict 101 behavior. Chantal is acting like a drug addict who's in active addiction.
It's sad. It's really sad. I mean, I've seen, some people that has been on drugs that have lost their life because of it, and she just playing around with it like it's nothing. Like,
because she's a roach, she ain't gonna die.
But can I say something though? I am someone
Sure.
who is diagnosed with severe anxiety and panic disorder, and living with that unmedicated for me would not be a good option. Also, it's very offensive that she tries to, because like everyone's anxiety is different, right? But you can pretty much tell when someone is going through it, and some of it is performative, in my opinion, and it's really offensive because it takes every day, for me personally, a daily pep talk, like, hey, today you're going to get up, you're going to conquer the world, you're going to take care of this house, you're going to take care of those children, you're going to take care of yourself. Okay? And it's just a joke. She makes a joke out of everything, and it's infuriating.
Yeah. When you have genuine anxiety, if you want to call it a disorder or whatever, or just have genuine anxiety as part of your life, you really do know the difference between people who say, "Oh God, I'm anxious. Oh, I'm feeling anxiety. Oh, I'm depressed and I'm anxious." It's all buzzwords that people use to explain away their bad behavior, I think. And because you actually do have it, Erie, that's why you can call her on the bullshit, because you can see it. And I have it as well, but only a little. I have it a little bit. I have a tiny little beta blocker to take when things get too much, and I take that and sit down, and it works, and it is really good. But I have that very, very not very often. So with somebody with panic disorder and anxiety that has it every day, I really feel for you. And I do not feel for Chantal, because I do not think she's got it. And as like somebody said, I think it was Grebo, she panics and has anxiety, in inverted commas, when she doesn't get her own way, when things aren't going right. She used to throw tantrums as a kid, and they'd give her things, especially food, to calm her down and shut her up and shut down her bad behavior. And
She
it's a
still
learned action.
She still throw them now.
Yeah, and that's where
Exactly. She's not
I
grown
said-
out of it.
She said in a video a long time ago that her grandmother used to shush her, and she used to say everything twice, and they'd say shh. I said shh, because she was always talking like at the dinner table and stuff like that. And so, I just think my opinion is, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm saying I think this is just a drug addict. This was somebody who had zero impulse control anyway, that probably grew up a bit spoiled, doing whatever they want, was never told no, and always had their butt patted by everybody in the family. And then she got older and she somehow failed upward into like being, BB was a decent guy. And now we're in this full-blown addiction arc where she is desperate for attention and now the money. And she just, any buzzword she hears, oh, I'm depressed, oh, I'm anxious, oh, I'm gay, oh, I'm, I'm disabled, I'm special needs, and it's just verbal diarrhea. So she's literally got shite coming out both ends at this point. It's like she's a train wreck.
My thing about her, and if she was being so talkative as a child, why is she so damn boring?
Well, that's what happens when you get your butt patted and everybody pretends you're interesting and nobody ever tells you no. You don't learn any conversation skills. And in Chantal, she's just not witty. Like her comebacks are like that of a challenged third grader. She's just, and then you mix the drugs in.
Listen, her clapback game is trash. She has none.
So weird.
And it's like, you sit up here and I know you watch these videos, you watch everybody's videos. You could at least watch them and use some of their stuff, because you are trash. How in the hell I don't know how she could possibly have ever been deemed any type of genius, period, ever in her life. Never. I don't see
think that
it.
was a lie.
I don't even have to think about that. No, not even fresh out the womb. Nope.
A lot of the VI idiots are still ass patting her.
They get on my goddamn nerves, and I'm sorry about that, but they do. They really get on my nerves, because it's like, y'all see that this woman has lost her ever loving mind, and y'all just keep on like just. They're wrong. You're right. You're wrong. Everybody else is wrong. I'm like, no, you're wrong, and you're dumb, and you're stupid. And so I really just don't understand the logic in anything she does other than eating.
I want to say she hasn't lost her mind. Oh, we've lost Erie. Oh, we're going down like flies tonight. She hasn't lost her mind. It's just been defective since she was born, and it's gotten worse over time. That's my theory. I could be wrong, but I think so.
The drugs have made it worse.
Yeah.
It's the drugs.
So much worse. So much worse.
Yeah.
The attention-seeking behavior is just next level, and then you get the drugs added in, and so. But I don't like. If you look at her lives overall, I mean, she constantly comments about her revenue and stuff. So I think next month she's not going to be sitting as pretty as she is this month. And she's gone where she's starting to unblock people. So regardless of what she says, she's circling the drain financially, because she's not getting the super chats. And we did the math, like, for last month on what she said she has for subscribers. And yeah, I really think her revenue's halved. Like, what do you think, Goldwater?
I was just going to say that, I recall a couple of streams ago, I think, Monty's always doing the math on that kind of thing with the views and stuff. I wanted Monty to actually chime in and say, views wise, what's the downward, trend on this in terms of the percentage of views? Like, let's say from a couple months ago, is she actually half the views or something like that?
Why
Now
Monty?
Monty done walked off. We don't know where he is.
I'm here. She's still at half the views.
For real, from when? Like January, February, or?
From really her high point. Right now, she's actually back to the same amount of views that she used to get back in 2020 and most of 2021.
And don't forget that all the copyright claim streams she's doing, because she's always playing music, and then there's the one she's deleting because there's terms of service. So if you do the math, those, and she said she had 165 OnlyFans. If that's still true, that only comes up to like $1,350 a month take home. She said she had 647 members, just a couple weeks ago on her channel. That only comes out to in the 3,000. So yeah.
Does she still even post on OnlyFans?
She did not post last month. The last time was April. So people are paying for nothing, which is what she always does. She'll write it out as long as she can. As long as there's only a little bit of people complaining, she'll ignore them until somebody until OnlyFans gets wind. Because if you're not aware, this is not her first time on OnlyFans. She actually got banned for taking people's money and not giving anything in return.
I mean, so I don't know that much about OnlyFans, but my next question would be, does she have to post something every month because seeing that she still has stuff there, from the past, and people are willing to pay, I guess, to see it. I wouldn't, but
if she should be posting at least once a month, and even with that, I think that's not even enough. Because would you be paying for, let's say, like Disney Plus or Netflix if Netflix don't have no movies or shows per month? No, so you're literally paying them for nothing.
Don't get me started with Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think she has the 165, because during her drunk rage stream, her Cuba 2.0, she said, "Where has my revenue? Why is my revenue gone down? I need to entertain you. I need money to entertain you." So on so many occasions, she drops comments about her revenue going down, so she's aware. And like I said, I'm a kind of excited for this month's paycheck to just see some reactions, because she's people are dropping left and right. And she made a comment yesterday or the day before, like, where are all my VIBs, because she's not having fun anymore, because even her good old standbys like Sofa King and Lambo and stuff, they're not in there for her to talk to. And so it's literally just trolls at this point.
Didn't you think things were going to go next level after Christmas when we came into the new year? And I was like, oh my God, we're seeing the birth of some new kind of superstar, as dysfunctional as it was, but maybe it's Jerry Springer style or whatever. But I thought for sure she was going to catapult into, past the 100,000 subscriber mark. She was setting up to have that 12-hour live stream or whatever, and this and she was celebrating this $20,000 paycheck. Now you see someone who may be suffering with it's clearly to all of us, I think, that maybe she's suffering with some kind of a illness, because if this is truly her job, what you're seeing is someone who is with the what you called Cuba 2.0 there. She's actually spending her time. This is supposed to be, she called it her job, but how many of us would go to a job and then write off 3 hours of the paycheck that we just spent working for? So with all of these, she's playing copyrighted music, immediately eliminates the monetization. And she at that point, it was just all about her having fun, regardless of the consequences. And I mean, that's what's of interest to me, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers, but she's spending her own time and then going back and, like you said, deleting all of the for her, it's her labored hours at the end of the day that she gets paid for. And can you imagine that, just creating this, being productive in that way, and then deleting the fruits of your labor, and then all of a sudden your paycheck is reduced by that much? So I'm fascinated by that for sure. But I thought she's the opposite of what I thought was gonna. If you asked me in January, I'm like, we're gonna get over 100,000 K here. She's gonna be like next level dysfunctional superstar. But it went the other way. So
she self-sabotaged herself.
Mystery X says, I saw them say she blocked Lambo. Did she?
No.
Lambo?
Really?
I would not be surprised.
Well,
because she goes on these blocking sprees where if you're not over here kissing the ring and bending the knee, you're going to get blocked.
I thought
so. I wouldn't be
part of the
surprised.
Holy Trinity.
Her and Lambo, they were like.
At the beginning of the Rage Breeze, she went in and she unblocked everybody. So the Cuba 2.0 Rage Breeze, she said, "Why is my revenue gone down? I need money to entertain you. Come on, guys, it's only $5 a month. It's not that much money." Blah blah blah. And then she went in on screen, remember, and she was unblocked everybody. Like she is aware that she is losing money, but I think at this point she's incapable. It, like I said, it's she's like a large cargo container. It takes a very long time for them to slow down and change course, and I don't think she has the ability to change course. I think, like I said, she is rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. This baby's going down. But I agree, Goldwater. I thought, oh, maybe this is going to be, we're going to get a new kind of crazy monster, and all we got was she destroyed her channel remarkably quickly.
And I go way back to the 80s and 90s. I was a huge fan of these talk shows, right? When I would watch these things, sometimes I'd side with the audience, or sometimes I would side with the guest. These kinds of like dysfunctional personalities in society, they're really attractive to people to watch because people are just scratching their head all the time. But talking about her ruining her channel, there comes a point if you've got some kind of disorder or something like that, where the older you are, I mean, the time is ticking, and they call it like an enduring pattern of behavior, right? And they call it that because it sticks with you over a period of time. And the older you are, I mean, you're not going to be this 50 or 60-year-old that's going to make a big change in their life. Once you pass a certain age, you're kind of stuck, and the likelihood of you listening to critical feedback from others, whether it be a doctor or your friends or your VIBs, whoever it is, you're kind of, I think you said it, Gribo, yeah, she's going to be stuck there. And what you said, she's rearranging chairs on the Titanic. You're absolutely right. We're seeing a decline here, and the likelihood of her changing and kind of readjusting and maybe recovering. I think a lot of people like a success story no matter what, but I'm not sure we're going to see that happen here.
Yeah, I say
Absolutely
like
not.
1,000%. This is, Chantal is not going to change. I know it in my heart. And until she stops the drugs, she's just going to keep acting like a drug addict and stopping
She
drugs.
hasn't changed anything since she was 16. She still acts like she's 16 and has the unmitigated gall to talk about somebody being older than her. Lady, you're almost 40. I'm going to need you to get off of talking about people being old, because you might not make it to that at this point, at the rate you're going. Looking at her feet and her legs, there's no way that's diabetic, probably high blood pressure, a whole lot of stuff going on there. And somebody, I think Monty was saying, why is she tired? Try looking around 500 pounds all day, every day. You'd be tired too after being asleep all night. You'd be tired too. So she stays tired all the time.
Well, she's just one ankle roll, like when she was jumping across those rocks where Natty McStabby was filming her, and then they were goofing around on that gazebo, and she was jumping down from those stairs. I'm like, ma'am, you're 5'1" and you're well over 400 pounds. So when she brings that force down, all I can think about is like the pressure you put on your knees is equal to 1.5 times your weight. So if you do the math, if you weigh 400 pounds, she's putting 600 pounds of pressure on her knees, and these joints aren't set for that. So I feel that she is just one ankle roll away from immobility, because if she twists or rolls a knee or an ankle, she will become immobile for that time because she won't be able to move, and she'll keep eating the way she does. And I think she will end up bedbound at that point. And call me a terrible person, but I'm here for it at this point.
Wait a minute, she's going to melt into her bed.
Yeah, and I don't have any sympathy for her. Chantal's not a victim. She's a volunteer. She has chosen this for herself, and I love this for her. I just hope she keeps filming. I have no apologies for myself. I'm sorry. Everybody needs to have somebody that it serves as their bad example, and Chantal is the bad example in my life. That's her only purpose, my opinion.
Have any of you ever had a food hangover? Because I'm sure I'm seeing this now. when you take a look at what she's eaten the night before, all the sugar or alcohol, well, forget the alcohol. Let's talk about the food part. If she's even on some level suffering from pre-diabetes or diabetes, I just know she doesn't talk about it, but I think she'd wake up
She's
shaking.
diabetic.
Is she
Yeah.
absolutely
She's diabetic.
Goldwater, she used to talk about this, and before the drugs got so bad, you used to be able to see her stuff her face, and you could see the food coma setting in. You could see she would get sleepy and loopy, and it's a blood sugar thing. I believe that 1,000%. You know, fight me in the comments. I'm not backing down on this. There is a blood sugar issue that she's 1,000% lying about. And so I can only imagine you add the alcohol, the amount of sugar and alcohol, plus those edibles and all that junk food. Ugh.
I've never had a food hangover, but I have had the meat sweats when I've eaten too much beef.
That's funny, Natural Ginger. Yeah.
We actually call that itis. And right, Curl Connection. Yeah, it's itis.
Right.
But I've never had a food hangover, and I am like, she was in the car, wasn't she, going, oh, I'm feeling ill, you know, when today she was going, oh, I don't feel well. I thought, and I've gone all feeling funny, and she laid back and closed her eyes. I think that was probably something to do with blood sugar.
That was noticeable for sure. Yeah, she was reeling from something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you were here, Goldwater, but she claimed a few months back that she actually cured herself of her diabetes by eating clean for a couple weeks, and we all know that's not how that works. It's just
not at all.
I've been watching her for 2 years, so that's as far back as I go. But I'm aware of that. But I know even if you're pre-diabetic, and let alone diabetic, you wake up in the morning, you could be shaking because of your blood sugar. But she doesn't talk about that. But I feel like it totally must be happening. What I've noticed is her cheeks are red in the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if anyone else has noticed that more than usual.
That could be the diabetes and high blood pressure, which I believe she has both. And that's not a good combination, because when she eats carb-loaded foods.
Yep.
Carb-loaded foods in somebody that's diabetic turns your blood into basically syrup.
Sugar.
It turns your blood into basically syrup.
Yeah, she needs to eat more protein.
She does. She needs to eat more protein. She needs to eat more fiber too. So she's a hot mess. And she's not going to be happy until something is amputated. And it's going to be a mess. But of course, she's not going to go to the doctor to have it amputated, so it's going to become gangrenous and just fall off. That's what I see.
No, I'm just waiting for the next ER visit, because I've only watched for 2 years, and I think she's been to the ER 4 times, a couple of times for maybe the coronavirus, or at least once for the coronavirus, the supposed corona, where she wanted to get a test. Remember that? And then she didn't end up having it, of course, at that time. But she ended up with it a little bit later. But she's been to the ER, I think, like at least 3, maybe 4 times in the last 2 years. And I think we're getting close to maybe another visit the way things are going.
So you didn't see her when she had too much cheese, and she had to go to the
Oh yeah,
I remember
the cheese graveyard. That was hype.
Vegan at the time, but she had a big.
She was acting like she was vegan when that happened.
Yeah, I think so.
She did go through a vegan period. Yes, she did.
Which she never really did. Because I'm like, I'm sorry.
Keto thing, I don't know, but yeah, she had like a truckle of cheese, and
but cheese is not vegan.
Someone,
no, it's not.
This is Chantal. Chantal just takes things and hopes that they'll stick. And like one day she's vegan, the next day she's not. It's just there's no consistency to the circus. The circus is in town, and we don't know which clown is gonna pop into the tent. You know what I mean?
Well, that was good, Monty. If we ever stuck for content again and we do a throwback, we should do the one where she confesses that she's not a vegan and has been eating cheese and chicken for 3 months.
Sure, yeah.
So hard. It's so
throwback.
Does anyone else feel physically ill when they see her eating? Because to be quite honest, as being an Italian Latina, There have been moments where my grandma served me amounts of pasta that made me regret life. And I just don't understand how. And don't tell an Italian Latina grandma you're not eating her food, okay? It's not happening. You're
That's
sitting and
my
you're
weakness
eating.
is pasta. I just love it so much. I could eat a huge pile of spaghetti bolagnese or anything pasta and spaghetti shaped pasta. Oh,
Let me
I just
let me
can't.
ask
I
a
just can't do
question.
it.
Is it it's not against terms of service for her to change on live? Because she changed
Change
clothes like
clothes.
a lot on live. You see her a lot in her bra and panties. Is that not against terms of service?
I don't know, but I think that the AI can't detect that it's actually a human body, personally.
Okay, and well then I can
Well,
understand.
that the whole TOS thing is very a very gray area, because on one end you can say it is, but then there's lots of people who do try on hauls and they change clothes all the time on camera. So what's the difference?
But they have bodies that aren't shaped like a
Buffalo.
cow, basically. So the AI would pick up that that's a human body, but yeah, and
Maybe
some
they
people
think
have been
somebody's on the
dinged for
farm.
that. Some people have been dinged for bathing suits, so that don't reveal anything. So for this one, oh man, when I see her rear back in that gaming chair with that bra and panties on, listen, when I tell you I'm ready to vomit at any time when I see that, she's done it more than once. And then when she came out with them flesh colored panties, like sis, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Nobody wants to see this. I'm not saying nobody. I'm saying your audience. Your audience is clowning you every time you do it. So you probably should stop. Now there is a market for this. It's over on OnlyFans, honey, not here. Try that on. Sorry.
I agree. And there's also the factor that we all are fully aware that Chantal will go for weeks without properly maintaining her hygiene. So just connecting that with the fact that here's this woman who hasn't washed her ass in weeks, walking around in underwear that she probably hasn't changed in days. Thank God there's no smell-o-vision.
Thank you.
Have y'all? So in my mind, I'm imagining what her house, her bedroom, and her car smells like. And when I tell you, it's not pleasant by any stretch of the imagination. I'm afraid that motorcycle guy, if he got in the car and still wanted to talk to her, that person might have a problem. I'm serious when I say it, because you'll never make me believe that her car doesn't smell like all to be damned. You just can't do it. Everything.
Thank you. I thought I was the only one that thought that. I'm like, there has to be an odor in that seat. There has to.
Did you see her smell herself when she came back from the pet shop? She got in the car
I
and
saw
went,
that.
ooh.
Wait a minute.
She pulled her face.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She
She smelled
did.
She
herself.
got in her own car and sniffed and pulled her face.
See, because here's the deal. I watch these things. I'm really just listening to it, and this probably happened while I was doing something else because I didn't see it. But just I'm pretty sure when she sits down, the that air that wafts back up,
The
you
wind.
can't. Oh my god. Oh my
Well, we
god.
know what her flat, her apartment smells like now, and the luxury villa smells of cat litter tray not been changed since before Christmas.
Natural ginger, I am convinced Chantal smells like low tide. You cannot tell me differently.
But look, someone asked Pete, what does Chantal smell like? And he said cheese.
It's cat
Limburger
litter. It's got
cheese.
to be cat litter. That's
Limburger cheese.
Limburger.
There's one in Britain called Bishop's Finger, and it smells like worse than death. But it smells like Chantal.
Right.
But no, yeah,
There's
but it's got to be the cat litter tray. It has not been changed.
Yeah.
So it's maybe been
Just think
scooped a
about
little
this.
bit.
I'm not so sure that Pete's is all that hygienic either.
He's
So
not.
imagine you got
He's not.
He's
Chantal
filthy.
funk mixed with Pete's funk mixed with
Ugh.
unclean, um, unclean kitty litter, the litter box. Plus, the Sam and BBJ are probably shitting anywhere and everywhere. And then you got the food that this heifer, they don't take out the trash. So you got all this rotten ass paneer shit. Oh my God.
Yep.
Listen, y'all know that place smells like basically where the trash people take the city dump. That's it. It smells like the city dump. And won't be ever to convince me to think different. Also, there was a discussion on Twitter about her and her laundry, right? Have y'all ever seen her buy laundry detergent?
No, I haven't.
No.
Never.
No.
I think she
Because some
washes
people
with
seem to think
water.
that her washer
Yeah, she
and
doesn't
dryer may
use
be
it.
broken and she didn't want she does what she does because the washer is broken and she would have to clean up for the maintenance to come and fix it. My thing is she's just not going to do it whether it's working or not because again, and all the time that I've watched her, not once have I ever seen her buy laundry detergent.
Nope.
Not once.
No, she doesn't use it. I don't think. I really
So
don't.
she's
Because
just
she's
throwing
actually
clothes in the
said
washer
it
and
before that she just uses just puts it in. But I don't always put it in. Hee hee, rat face. I've
so
run out.
basically, you're just wrenching your clothes off. You're not actually washing. You're just
Basically.
I think
wrenching
so.
them,
Yeah.
and which is disgusting because
So
it's
none of
not
the
doing
dirt
anything.
is coming out of her clothes. She just putting water in them, rinsing and letting the machine rinse it. So you still have pissy clothes from cats.
Girl, and them wigs. You know them cats over there playing in them wigs,
How in
doing
the
all
heck
kind of
do
shit to them.
her can someone explain to me how her wigs look so greasy from one day to the next? Like I've never seen them get dirty and lose their luster and their volume so quick.
So here's the deal. She doesn't wash her goddamn hands, so she don't wash anything else either.
No.
And so she's running her dirty ass hands plus them dirty ass brushes, and she's just dirty in general. So yeah, it don't take long.
And also I'm gonna tell you this too. That one wig that she says that's human hair, that's not human hair. Trust and believe, I know the difference between a human hair wig and a synthetic wig. Synthetic wigs are shiny, shiny, shiny.
I heard that. I heard that there's tricks to like take the shine away if you properly know how. I think something with baby powder or something like that.
Right. Sometimes, yes, you could use baby powder or you could use dry shampoo.
Which she has.
But those are synthetic wigs. Those are cheap wigs off of Amazon. And she, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a synthetic wig, but you could take care of it better than she does instead of just throwing it on the floor when she's done with
Right.
it.
Expecting her to actually take care of anything. This is the same person that doesn't take care of herself.
True. That's true.
She doesn't take care of the cats. She doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't take care of anything, but she'll bend over backwards to take care of a man that wouldn't spit on her ass if she was on fire.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Monty. Appreciate it.
I also have an issue with the fact that she's always slathering makeup on a dirty, unwashed face.
I'm
Well, she
surprised she
puts
doesn't
perfume
have.
on a dirty, unwashed body.
Right?
I don't know why she doesn't have really bad acne because she doesn't clean anything. She doesn't
Do
clean
you guys
anything. So.
do you guys talk about that rash on her stomach? Did you come to any conclusions about that?
Oh, yeah. Well,
The bed
I
bug
think
rash.
she said it's bed bugs, and then she was going between bed bugs and scabies, and we never.
I would go with scabies before I went with bed bugs, and I'll tell
Yeah,
you
because
why.
not clean.
Because bed bugs are and I know this because when I used to be a hospice nurse, one of the people that I was taking care of, had bed bugs. Bed bug bites come in a line. It's like a line of bites. It's not just one here, one there. So scabies, on the other hand, can, basically be all over. And I'm not sure that it would be a rash, but I would contend that her rash is from being nasty as fuck and wearing the same clothes all the damn time without
And,
cleaning.
Tina, I think
you
you're
know what
right.
else it could be? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine, honey. No. Go ahead.
What else it could be is a yeast infection. You can get a yeast
Exactly.
infection. You can get a yeast infection under your breast. You can get a yeast infection under your stomach. Anywhere you sweat and it's always wet can develop a yeast infection.
And that's not uncommon
Very
in people with
true.
diabetes, right? As well.
No,
Because
it's
yeah.
not
That's
uncommon.
not uncommon. It's not uncommon for anybody that sweats a lot.
Right.
I had one one time. It was under my breast and was from working out with sports bras.
Mhm. And
You
I
know
really
what?
think that could be what it is.
Connecting what you said, Tina, and curl connections, if you notice when she showed her belly and she's like, here's the I'm sorry, she pulled down her pants to show the rash. Well, where the rash really
Mm-hmm.
was more dominant was at the waistline where her pants go.
Yep.
The combination of sweating and dirty clothing.
Yep.
Yeast infection.
Yeast infection in the making,
Yep.
fungal infection. And she's so dense and so uncaring about her own self. She
But
won't
look,
go to the doctor to get that checked out.
she's so dense. She wouldn't even think that you can get a yeast infection on any other part of your body other than your private parts.
Yeah.
You see
I
what I'm saying?
think, yeah, absolutely. Do you think that this untreated, remarkably, amazingly treated and cured diabetes, which she hasn't got, might be causing some problems with feeling? Like she couldn't feel that sauce on her chin. She
So
said
basically, that's
a
called
foot went to
neuropathy.
sleep. Yeah, is it right? Diabetic neuropathy, that's the one. She said that a foot had gone dead in the car when she was driving, didn't she? As well today.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's why I say she doesn't take care of herself. She, yep, that too. Harley Mom, it does.
Yeah,
Uh,
good point, Holly Mum,
liver
yeah.
too, though. Your liver can do that too.
Mm.
So she's just literally a thunderstorm of bullshit, is what she is. And all of it is going to come to a head at the same time. Her toes are going to fall off first, though. They're going to just fall off because she doesn't take care of herself well. She needs to go to the doctor and not the ER. The ER is not a primary care physician.
Nope.
It's called the ER for a reason. They treat and street you. She needs to go to a real doctor, have a whole workup done, and try and get herself together. But again, she's so uninterested. I believe that she has actually given up on herself. I really do.
I think she's put it aside and completely forgotten about it. I don't know whether she's given up. I think she just chooses not to do anything about it, and gets totally off her face with food and sex and spending and attention from her hug box, all avoiding tactics, what's really going on in her life.
We can also consider into the mix the fact that she's doing recreational drugs. That could also cause you to have all sorts of unwanted side effects.
True. That's true. I personally thought, you know how she's always going to the outhouse, and a lot of people always say, oh, she's going to the outhouse to pick up, her package or her drugs or whatever. I personally think when she's running to that outhouse, or like when she had the runs just in the last stream, I think she's getting some bad drugs. Like a lot. I don't have to explain, the whole cocaine situation, but you could get some bad drugs and it could be laced with laxative.
Yeah, they do cut. They do cut with laxative,
Right.
and they cut with a whole lot of stuff. And she, this one again, she just wants it. She just wants to be high. She doesn't necessarily care how she gets there. She gets high from her VIB. She gets high off of wheelchair. She gets high off of whatever she's getting out of that damn uh outhouse,
Anything
which
she
is
can get her hands on.
I just had another thought. We've been watching her recently. All of a sudden, she loves beer. I wonder why. Is it because Nader drinks it? But that besides the point. I do know that there are some people who have sensitivity to a certain ingredient in beer. I think it's the hops. I'm not sure.
it's either the hops or the yeast.
Right. So one thing I do know, because one of my family members actually does have that sensitivity, it does give you a rash, it makes you itchy, and it makes your face look extremely flushed when you drink it.
Okay.
But again, this one is so unself-aware. She's not aware of herself at all. She would never be able to deduce that. And her VI idiots also won't. And I'm pretty sure she has somebody in there that probably knows everything that we have said, and they won't tell her, or she won't listen to them.
I'm sure Austin Beezer knows everything we have said, because he's one of them that left and then went back.
Well, she's just a hot mess as far as I'm concerned, and I'm here to watch it.
Yeah, isn't Austin Beezer gone?
He completely left.
I thought somebody had said,
he's back.
Connection is that Austin Beezer is back as a VIB after coming after Kaya.
He is. His name is not Austin Beezer over there anymore.
Is it just Austin?
No, it's like Hope or something. I just can't think of the name, because I saw he was like in her comment section, and like her audience were like going off on him because he completely made a channel. He was talking crap about Chantal. Then he made a whole video about becoming an ex-Beezer. He was tired of her stuff and yada yada yada. Then before you know it, he deletes his whole channel and he's back over there as another name, and he outed himself basically.
Are you saying that Bye was his name?
Yes, that was it. BYE Bye. Yeah,
right. That was his name.
So yes, Monty is back. He's brown nosing Foodie again. Yep. What a horrible thought.
But why?
He sure is.
Oh,
and he's a weird one, because he got Chantel's phone number when Nader had put her phone number out, and he decided to text her and then start calling them. That's weird to me.
That's stalker behavior right there. I would be remiss. I wouldn't even answer his calls anymore. But she's already doxed herself. Look, the way her people are, the ones that are really like in her corner, the people that I don't understand worth a damn. They could just show up on her at any time. I'm not understanding why she doesn't get that.
When she published that, when she opened the Beezer show, I couldn't believe she posted the details of her, like literally her address on Twitter, available. It was up there for a little while. So yeah, her address.
Doxed herself. She's been doxed for a long time though, so that didn't really shock anybody that had been around for a while. She had doxed herself, quite a few times before.
She's just such slapdash and does not pay attention to detail and stuff, even when it's dealing with her own shit. And it's the same with doctors. Everything. Everything. She's just very slapdash.
Does anybody know what's up with does she have a Quebec license plate on her car? And what's up with that?
Monty knows about that.
Monty knows about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Quebec plated. That's about it.
Is that like is that scandalous at all, or she?
So, from Monty in the past, he has explained to us that it is cheaper for her to be insured somewhere where she is insured than to be insured where she actually lives.
So she can tell she's not lying about her address with the Quebec government. Then, Monty, you don't think?
Well, it depends on what you consider lying. People these days have multiple addresses. Some people even have multiple homes in the same city. Where if you have multiple homes in the same city, what a city like Toronto lets you do is you have to tell them which is your primary home and which homes you're renting, because it doesn't make sense to have multiple homes in the same city unless you are renting. There's no other reason for it. But if you have multiple homes, let's say you had a home in Victoria, BC, and one in Calgary, then one in like Toronto, it makes sense that you're just a person who has multiple homes. So with this, what I'm trying to say is she can say she has a residence in Ottawa, and she can say she has a residence in Quebec, somewhere in and around Gatineau, which in large isn't illegal, but there is a reason why a lot of people do that, because it's just cheaper insurance.
I got you.
Oh,
Okay.
she's using BB's address.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that she's using BB's address for cheaper insurance.
And she's supposed to have a license plate in the front.
Quebec, they don't have license plates in the front, only at the back.
Okay.
Ontario, you have a license plate at the front and in the back.
Okay. Yeah, here in Texas, we have to have front and back plates.
California too, but I know people that don't necessarily have a front plate, and the police aren't going to stop you for that. I mean, you're supposed to have it, but they're not going to stop you for it unless you're doing something else.
See, we're having a provincial election today in Ontario, and so it came up that she was saying, if you recall in the stream that just happened, she said she's not sure she can vote or whatever. So I'm wondering if she's eligible to vote based in Ontario based on that address information. I don't know.
What did she specifically say again?
I don't recall specifically, but she was like playing around with the address. She said, I can't vote. And I was thinking all you need is an ID and like a utility bill to
Okay,
prove
so that's
yeah.
why, because her driver's license and everything is showing that she has a Quebec address when it's an Ontario election.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so that's why.
But she lives in Ontario, really?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. You know, I have to say, I got in trouble for that because here in California, you have I think 30 or 60 days to change your address, and I had moved and I hadn't changed my thing, and I had gotten a ticket at my old address, but I never got any of the prompts, to render the ticket. So I ended up they were getting ready to suspend my license, and I went to court, and they were like, I told them, I said, I didn't get any of the paperwork, for me to pay this ticket. And they were like, what's your address? And I told them, and they were like, that's not what's on your driver's license. I was like, ooh. So fortunately, I didn't get in trouble, but I could have gotten in trouble because I hadn't changed it.
It's like that here.
I think that's a United States thing, actually.
Probably.
Oh, speaking of that, why does our friend Chantal like to bring up the United States, and Pete's for that matter, like to bring up the United States so much? Stay at your own place.
She's been very hateful towards us. And it's like, girl, you understand that the majority of your viewership is more than likely than not from the United States, right?
Yes.
Child, and her and Pete's just love to rank on the United States. And it's like, I'm sorry. I understand that y'all want to put on this face for Canada, but I'm sorry, Canada is probably, as far as politics go, not probably a little bit better than the United States, but not much. And the gun thing, though, for sure, Canada has got it all over us because I personally hate guns. But you know, it's just really weird how they view the United States when they don't really know enough about it. They're not informed about anything. So what the hell would make me think that you're informed about anything in the United States?
Oh, she does it. She says some terrible things, doesn't she? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying Pete gets all his hot takes from Twitter, so he knows just enough to be dangerous. Like Pete doesn't know. So sorry, I'm getting ready for my D&D game. Pete doesn't know what he's talking about. He reads a bunch of basically sound bites on Twitters, and then he's got all these hot takes. But neither of them are informed. They're both just low watt light bulbs when it comes to that. And so most of the political drama on Twitter is based around the United States. So of course that's all Pete can talk about, because he's not informed enough to actually have an opinion on his own country, because nobody's got a bunch of interesting hot takes on Twitter.
That's right. Yeah. It's not the hot. And she says things like, she said something today about Americans would never have a Sikh as a politician or something ridiculous like that. And and
she's just talking to talk. She's talking. Yeah. She thinks a thing and says a thing, and she doesn't even think about what she's saying. Like it's just no filter.
And she's so lazy now, though, isn't she, Grebo? Because that's the sort of thing she would say, and then go, "Only joking, just kidding, only joking."
I hate that.
And now she isn't even saying that. She's just letting it go and pulling the rat face. But yeah, she had another dig at Americans again, and Pete's wasn't even there, or was he?
Anytime Chantal follows a very controversial statement with "I'm just kidding," it's not a joke.
It's not a joke at all. She's dead ass serious.
Just a way to minimize,
What's your take, Goldwater? Like, what do you think? Like, because there are issues in Canada that need to be dealt with, and they need informed voters. So.
Yeah, it's kind of scary because right, the last 3 or 4 minutes of today's stream, Pete was getting in the car. They were kind of cleaning up the car to get ready for the drive or whatever. But Chantal mentioned a federal representative, so I'm not sure she even knows what election she's voting in right now. Because that Sikh comment of hers was about Jagmeet Singh, who is the leader of the NDP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. So. There's different leaders, right? There's the provincial leaders, and then there's the federal leaders. So she was talking about a guy that's a federal leader, which means he's the leader of the federal respective party that he's in, which is the NDP, which means he's the rival of Justin Trudeau. Is he the leader of the opposition? I forgot which one. I think is NDP the opposition. But he's a rival. He's a leader of the party that is in rival to Justin Trudeau's party, which are the Liberals. What she doesn't understand is that it's provincial election, which means it's Andrea Horwath, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that is the leader of the NDP. So she has no idea what she's talking about, even on that level. It's kind of like you voting for, I don't know, like a governor for Florida, and one is like, one's one party and one's the other, but yet she's talking about, who is running for the prime minister, for the president of the United States. It's like really ridiculous.
Yeah, she's not even discussing the topic at hand. She's just talking about the few things she's heard, and she's throwing everything at the wall and going to see what sticks. Is what it seems, and so ill-informed. Her and Pete's both so ill-informed.
Mm-hmm. It's scary that people so ill-informed actually have a vote. Really, I know everybody should have a vote, but people like that voting, you think, well, just don't bother, please, because you're not even thinking. You're not even like, oh.
And what's scary is like they're like, oh, do you know who you're voting for? And Pete's like, no. It's like, what the hell?
We
you
said
didn't do any research.
But I think Chantal said she was going to vote for the Communist Party or something. I'm not even sure that's a thing at the provincial level. But
She made a joke that she was going to vote communist. Just kidding.
Everything is just kidding.
It is, but everything that is just kidding is usually the truth, or there's
Right.
a massive element of truth. We all know that. We all know that. I just, but the way she's got a real flipping hate boner for America, hasn't she?
I don't know why.
I don't know either.
I love America. I spend about just less than a quarter of my time in America, even though I'm Canadian. I do most of my traveling there, and I spend, I think before the pandemic, I spent probably 90 nights in America on the East Coast and the southern states. So I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge proponent. I'm a bit of an anomaly in that I really do like America. I do follow some of the politics there. So I'm always watching. I've watched CNN from when I was a kid. All those. Remember watching the OJ chase and all that. Yeah, the trial, the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Challenger explosion. CNN played a big role in my life, and I was always glued to the TV. So I'm a huge fan, and there's always a place in my heart for America. I'll never speak disparagingly about the United States as a whole, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. The American people are not the government, are they? Whatever goes on there,
No.
we're talking about American
Right.
people,
Right.
and to just it just makes me so angry.
And much less off the back of a national tragedy where innocent children
Yep.
were taken from their families that have these kids, those children don't know politics.
Nope.
They probably know more than you, Chantal, but still, nonetheless, they don't know politics. There's no excuse. There's no rhyme or reason to this. They're gone.
Yes.
There's no replacing these children, and you're making a mockery out of the death of innocent children.
Well, she trebled down on the I was being satirical shite that night when it was Cuba 2.0, when she was about the song and she was being satirical. Chantal, you do not know what satirical means.
Apparently.
But she was going, well, she says, well, if you don't like my humor, then to you, I don't care if I've offended you, which is fine. I agree with you should be able to make humor out of everything, but you weren't actually doing that, and you weren't being satirical. You were being really insensitive, Chantal, and you just doubled down on it again when you were called out on it. Which
she does every time she's called out. Every single time she's called out, she doubles down.
Somebody in chat said, Goldwater, how do you pronounce cilantro? How do you say cilantro? Hey, as a Canadian, how do you say cilantro?
I say cilantro.
There you go.
Cilantro. That's wow.
I say coriander.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say cilantro with Mexican food or something like
Yeah, because she always says cilantro and pasta. It's like,
she just kills me the way she. I think it's a Chantal thing because she does that so much and she mispronounces what she's. Oh my God, it's like, are you serious right now? Why do you say pasta? Nobody says pasta.
She changes her accent.
Monoxide, carbomonoxo.
Oh my God!
When she says,
changes her accent,
she used to say, I might say it wrong when I say it, but she used to say poutine wrong too.
You know what she does? The people who have a bit of French in their background, they say poutine. They go poutine, like they do. They just all of a sudden switch over to the slang. I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, but they do that a lot.
She says poutine. Poutine. Is that the thing, Goldwater?
They say poutine, like they say the French, how a French person would say poutine.
So why does she put an S in it?
I think it's it's like a TS almost if you were writing it out phonetically.
Right.
Like POUTSION, like tsar, TSAR, like that. Poutine, like that.
But she makes my ass itch, and I'm not even lying. I can't.
But I remember
she changes her way of talking depending according to who she's around. Like my voice is a little off today because I'm a little hoarse. I'm having a bit of a of a Phoebe Buffet smelly cat moment myself, but she purposely changes how she talks depending who she's around. If you notice with Nader, she uses a
The
lot.
baby
Like she'd be
voice.
like, "Don't you think that's cute? Eh? Don't you like that? Eh? Don't you?" It's like,
Yeah.
where'd this come from?
From DD.
I was going to say
She,
that came from Dee Dee.
yeah,
Yes.
Chantal is the equivalent of that girl that her family went on vacation. Her family went on vacation to the UK, and then she comes back with a British accent after 10 days and is like, oh, I can't help myself, because we went to Scotland and now I'm stuck speaking like this.
Oh,
And it's just
basically
a
she's
load of
Madonna then. Because remember
you know,
when Madonna was married to Rocco, she all of a sudden got an English accent. I'm like, what?
yeah.
What
So
are you
yeah,
doing? Oh,
Chantal is Chantal's the equivalent of that obnoxious high schooler that thinks that spending 10 days in a country all of a sudden gives you an accent.
she's irritating. I'm telling you, she's so irritating. But here's the deal, y'all. I have enjoyed my time with you all. It's been almost 2 hours, and my job is almost time there. So where I am, I'm on a work retreat, and every day here a different group cooks. Yesterday was my day, and we did American food. Today is Mexican food. I'm gonna go eat now.
I know that's right.
What
Enjoy.
time
All
is
right,
it
man.
where
Well,
you are?
enjoy
Yeah.
your meal.
It is. I'm in Los Angeles. Well, I'm not in Los Angeles right now, but I am in California. It is 5:07.
Right. It's 1 o'clock in the morning for me.
It's
Oh,
7:07 here.
listen. Yesterday, when my group did the American food, we ended up we were supposed to start at 7, but it was like I'm like I don't know why y'all think I'm gonna eat this late, but we started at 6 yesterday, so I think they're probably pretty much ready because I hear them talking. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat now. And oh yeah, the next group is Italian, so I can't wait for that either.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yum.
Enjoy
I will
your.
see you guys on another stream, on another panel. Thank you, Monty, for having me. And I will talk
Thanks,
to you guys
Tina.
later.
Tina,
Nice
Thanks.
to meet
come
you,
back
Tina.
on
All
Take
right.
care.
panel
Take
Bye.
care.
Tina.
Enjoy the Mexican food.
Thank
Have
you.
some
If I can figure
cilantro.
out how to get out of here.
Enjoy your dinner.
We might wrap this up as well here.
Okay.
Natty is scheduled something, somebody said. So whatever
Have
happens,
you,
happens.
I was just going to say, have you heard the latest that RSN and MFW are wanting funds to go on a trip to Canada to interview Nader and Chantal?
Oh my
Well,
God.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't keep track of anything, so.
RSN was in her chat yesterday.
I think it was either this morning or yesterday. It was an RSN stream, and I didn't watch it. I caught gossip on it, and so I watched a little clip. Somebody had clipped it. I can't remember which channel had did that now. Some clip channel had clipped it where they were going, I want to get the truth out of Chantal, and we want to go and interview Nader, and we should go up to Canada. And MFW's going, I'm that, but you're going to have to come. And they kept saying, oh, and if you would like to contribute to our trip to Canada, we're going to find out the truth about Chantal, and we're going to get an exclusive with Nader all. I thought,
all I can think of is if MFW gets within seeing distance of Chantal. Chantal is gonna. It's going to be the equivalent of Chantal showing up to a gunfight with a knife. I don't think. I like I said. Let's hope she's rolling when all sudden.
That's it. Troll Detective did that's the one. Troll Detective.
Yeah.
That's the guy that person who did the little clip. So
I just hope she's streaming when it happens.
Well, she's been really horrible to them both, and demanded that she would not go on panel again unless they paid her. So why is she going to accept speaking to them when she comes up to, if they go up to Canada, other than for clout?
Well, she
and views, of course.
When RSN was in her chat, that she don't have a problem with him, and they're still friends, but she has a problem with the lady.
MFW. Chantal has a problem with all women because she's a massive
Yeah.
misogynist, and all women are competition. And playa knows a playa, and MFW was trying to call her out on basically what she saw as a load of shite, and Chantal did not like that. And then Chantal started smack talking MFW's deceased other person, and it was extremely gross. And so I pray Chantal's streaming when she gets that knock on the door, and MFW's there saying, "Check it out, cupcake."
But they were saying, oh well, A, we want your money, and B, how much are passports? We'll have to get passports. Can you get a passport? Are you allowed to get a passport and all this lot? So I don't think it's going to be for a while. They might make it for Christmas.
So wait, they wanting the viewers to pay for this?
MFW doesn't need a passport. I think Indiana still has the enhanced driver's license, right?
You just need an enhanced driver's license.
Yeah,
I'm
so I
pretty sure.
think Michigan is one of the states, New York, where you can still have, it's called Real ID is what you guys call it.
Mm-hmm.
What's an enhanced driving license? Is that like the same as the one in Britain where you have to do extra courses and drive like a policeman?
It's just more money. It's just a way for them to extract more money from people with driver's license. It's like, here, you can get this one, which is completely useless for getting on a plane or going anywhere, or you can pay us an extra $89 and have an ID that can get you, useful.
Right. Oh, so it's not like the advanced driving test here, where you get taught to drive like a traffic policeman,
No, it's an ID that lets you enter Canada without your passport.
Oh,
yeah. And a lot of states are even doing away with where you can't even use your driver's license, a regular driver's license, like I think October this year, to even get on a plane. Like they're giving you a deadline.
Could I get into Canada on my Edinburgh library ticket?
Not your library. You need a passport. But it's why you're trying to come to Canada, Natural Ginger?
I'm coming to see you at some point, Monty.
Okay, sure. I'll be waiting.
I'm going to interview Chantal.
Yeah. Okay.
Good luck
on that. Made fun of my eyebrows.
You're gonna be the next Shoo.
Oh yeah. I am the original Shoo.
All right, good stuff.
No, well. So there we go. Yeah, so we'll see what goes on with that nice little bit of tea. But yeah, I think we're all talked out, aren't we?
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up. If anybody has any last words like Goldwater, do you have anything to say?
No, I'm just I'm very happy that I could be a part of this, Monty. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It was nice to meet all of you, and maybe I'll pop in another time after we've just had a bit of a break and see what more antics Chantal's up to. So thank you very much.
No problem. Nice seeing you on the panel.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on panel.
Hi, Greg Rebo.
I'm just gonna say
Sean Grebo.
Yeah, no, I'm getting so hello. I get ready to play D&D. I character trained, so I'm from far north. So I'm just gonna say my game's starting here in 10 minutes. I'm just gonna say, Chantal, don't say my name. Don't say Great Grebo. Don't say it. And welcome, Goldwater. Welcome to the circus. It's very nice having you.
Thanks so much. Thanks, appreciate it.
See ya. All right, Crow Connections.
Just want to say thank you to everyone. Thanks, Monty, for allowing us to come up here and speak our opinions. Welcome, Goldwater. I'll be checking out your channel for sure. And that's about it. I love you guys.
All right, thank you, Crow Connection, Natural Ginger.
Well, just thank you for having me on the panel. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to the beautiful chat. Thanks to all the lurkers. And I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, see you another time. You're
Good
Pepperoni.
Night.
Good night, Natural Ginger.
Like everyone else, thank you for having me on panel, and it was lovely talking to you. Welcome, Goldwater, and thank you to the chat.
All right, thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate you. See you another time. Take care.
Bye,
Have fun.
guys.
Bye-bye.